Welcome back to the Coffeehouse. Good morning, and I'm saying that because we're barely hanging out in the morning here, in my time zone anyway. And I'm looking forward to actually doing two of these today. So I'll post this one here today, and then later on today I'll post a second one. I'll record a second one and post it tomorrow. Because I have to tell you, I'm having a blast with these. I think they're a lot of fun. They keep the spinning the wheel keeps me focused on one topic card, and then the little timer I have here, my timer, tells me keep it short. So that's what we're trying to do here at the Coffeehouse. Okay, once again, time to spin the wheel. Before I do, I want to say that next week, if you're watching this on the Agile Network, that's the name of the platform, the Agile Network, you can look forward to seeing me in an upcoming event. I'm going to make an announcement the next time I spin the wheel. So after I'm done with this video here, I'll go ahead and figure out what I want to do, when I want to do it, and then when I record the second video, I'll go ahead and make that announcement so that you can join in a live event and give me your questions so I don't have to just rely on what's on the wheel. By the way, in case you're wondering what this wheel is for, you'll see I've got a number of these blue colored coffee bean cards. That's the design on there. And they're from my Agile Coffee Conversation Starters deck. This is volume 1 of a few different decks that I put together that are taken from topics that I had experienced during meetups. Over the many years I've been doing Lean Coffee meetups, I've been collecting the topic cards because I facilitate them. People write their topics on sticky notes, or 3x5 cards is what we originally used. And then I collected those cards at the end of every session. And eventually I went through and said, oh, this card comes up a lot. This is a hot topic. Let's go ahead and include it in the deck. I've also, if you've been paying attention, been working on this other deck here. This is something I call the Agile Coaches Toolkit. It's, again, 50 or so cards filled with different ideas, models, quotes, things that help me out when I'm working with teams, when I'm coaching, mentoring, teaching teams. The Coaches Toolkit and the Conversation Starters are both decks that I put together for my own learning, but I've also shared them throughout different communities and sold them online. You can find out more information at agilecoachingcards.com. But let's go ahead and get to the wheel. We're running out of spaces on here. We're almost halfway done, so I think this spin here gets us to the halfway point of the wheel. But I'm not going to put any more cards up. Instead, if we land on a blank, we just continue on to the very next card. I'm going to try not to land on this yellow card. It seems to have been the trend lately. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. Whew, almost got it. We are at the purple though, and purple says, it says, what is the last conference or training you attended? Again, it's a great topic. If you're in a meetup with other Agile enthusiasts and you ask them what is the last conference or training you attended, that opens up a wide array of conversation, right? So this is, this is similar to that. What is the last conference or training you attended? So there's a couple things that I want to bring up. Great, timely question. About 2 weeks ago, here in Southern California, where I'm at, we had our annual Agile Open SoCal. That's the 15th year that we did it, and yours truly, I was the facilitator. We used the open space technology as a framework, and it was a 2-day event where we would invite people to come and attend and build up a marketplace of ideas, all Agile focused primarily, and then from there people could host a session or attend a session and use the law of personal mobility or the law of 2 feet to get up and go try out another session if this one isn't ringing your bell. And it was a fantastic day. Now, obviously, I'm a little bit biased because I've been going to these for many years, and I've been, I want to say blessed, I've been really fortunate to have been the facilitator for the last so many years, 5, 6, 7 years. And I enjoy those Agile Open events just immensely. However, what was really exciting to us, and I think I could speak for anyone who I talked to at that event, is that this was our first one in real life, in person. Once again, we were at the on site at the University of UCI, University of California Irvine's Bren Hall, or one of the engineering buildings there, which is where we started 15 years ago, in that space. Then we moved on to a bigger space, and then COVID, so we were virtual for 4 years. But now here we were back, seeing each other once again face to face, and having those all-important conversations to a crowd, to a people of real live in the flesh people. it was fantastic. So we do that event every year, and it's been a blast. And if you're interested in finding out more about our event or other Agile open space events, or if you're interested in starting your own, reach out to me, because I'm eager to share. I think it's a fantastic way to host an event. And again, you don't have to find keynote speakers and all this fancy stuff. You just get a space and tell everyone, I can't whistle. Come on over. And we're having this open space event for whatever it might be, 2 days. Sometimes places do it in a 3-day event, that type of thing. On that topic, however, so that's the last conference I went to. I haven't been to a training for a while. Of course, I do trainings. I host classes over Zoom. It's mostly the Scrum Master class, the Advanced Certified Scrum Master class specifically that I do. But there's something else that I'm looking forward to. It's coming up in the early part of November, so just a couple weeks away from now. And it's called the Coaches Retreat. It's put on by the Scrum Alliance, and they host several, maybe 3, 4, 5 of these coaches retreats throughout the year. And they're normally, smaller events. If you're familiar with the Scrum Alliance, they host the Global Scrum Gathering every year. Big event, 3 days in a hotel, usually with 1,000, 2,000 people, whatever it might be. Yours truly, I was one of the co-chairs back in 2017, as I recall, San Diego, with my friend Kim, and we were both chairs of the big global gathering, which was a lot of fun. However, these coaches retreats, instead of thousands of attendees, it's only about 100 or so. In fact, the one that's coming up in Northern California, wine country, Napa Valley area, it's coming up here in a few weeks. I'm guessing there's only about 70 or 80. I haven't asked the organizers, but I'd been to these before. They're multi-day events. This will be 3 days. And it gives you enough time to form, relationships and networks with other people who are there interested in the art of coaching. What does it mean to be an Agile coach? And then together you may form a cohort for the duration, the 3 days there, and work on some product or project that can give some kind of benefit or value back to the coaching community. I've participated in these before. Heck, I've even volunteered and co-organized one of these in the past, but I've also gone just as a participant as well. And it's been a lot of fun. I remember the first one I went to, I was on a team, like a cohort, and we created a coaching dojo, as I recall. Chris Wagoner, are you out there, Chris? He was the one who said, hey, I've got this idea for institutions and organizations who want to begin building a coaching competency within their organization. How can we give them a framework, something with which they could take it and they could use it to build out what coaching means in their organization? How can we train up? How can we identify coaches and then give them the resources and the training that they need and then the support that they need to continue on sustaining that effort? So it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. And like I said, I met a great many really good people. So some of them are experts on this network, the Agile Coach Network. That's if you're watching this on the network. I know I'm also posting this to YouTube, and I love my YouTube subscribers, so shout out to you. If you're interested in finding more about the Agile Network, you can go to the link below, theagilenetwork.com. theagilenetwork.com. So yeah, this was a really fun topic. I think that it's important for us as Agilists to remain engaged in our communities. So try to go to events, even if they're local meetups, which I've done one of those even more recently than the Agile Open Space. But meetups, conferences, regional, national, international, They're all great ways to apply that ethos of continuous learning, because we want to be on the edge of always trying to learn what's out there and hear from our peers, understand what other people are going through. It makes us better leaders in the long run. Well, that's it for right now. I want to thank you for joining me once again, and until next time, please enjoy your coffee with friends.